And I'm walking. And then I go up to my girlfriend and she's just like wearing black and white. All right. Like pretty much what I got on now. She's wearing one of the OG Morokai.
Yeah.
And I walk up.
Oh, no.
You have no idea where this is going. Trust me. So I go up and go to like grab her to like kind of take her into the movie with me. Mate, I'm not kidding. I walked up to an actual trash can.
Oh, no.
It is Morokai with 2 eyes. We're back on every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 7 a.m. on Spotify and 4:30 p.m. on YouTube. Signs of disrespect towards your missus.
Oh, okay. Interesting one.
Fucked up today.
Really?
Bad.
Really? I think you're laughing about it, though.
No, it's like funny, but
you could tell that you're like, it wasn't going to be like land well. Like,
no, it was a complete accident. And she's so easygoing. We both are. So it's not like, well, let me just explain.
Okay. All right. You set in the mood.
We went to see the Puss in Boots.
Yes, beautiful. Right? Oh, okay, you said that too.
That's how the Puss in Boots says it. Yeah. He said it so much in the movie.
Rodriguez.
Anyway, I saw it all over my TikTok feed, and then I was seeing its new top 20,
yeah, it's
20 movies of
TikTok.
2022, all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, all right, well, I loved How to Train Your Dragon, Toy Story, all that kind of stuff. If this is up there with them, then yes, I'm all about it.
Yep, of course.
The villain looked sick. The villain
agreed. I can wholeheartely agree with that.
The villain's death itself.
Yeah, that's a good villain.
So I went to our local theatre, and okay, so I just grabbed my ticket, and I'm like to my girlfriend, I'm just going to go to the bathroom.
Of course.
Okay, so I go to the bathroom.
Yep.
Go to the urinal.
Of course, yeah.
They're great.
Yeah, they are good.
Perfect for men.
Just quietly, though, was the urinal, like, empty when you went?
No, there was one guy.
Oh, so you went the other end, yeah?
I heard him using apps.
A what?
I heard him using apps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I think he was playing a game.
Yeah.
He didn't have his sound on silent.
That's so odd. That is so random. That kind of put me off, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I think I did do the whole walk towards the end of the urinal. Yeah, you have to. And then I heard him playing the apps, and I walked back to the other side.
Okay, yeah. You never want to get too close to the guy in the urinal.
Yeah,
it's always...
enough urinal talk. So I leave the bathroom.
Yes.
And I'm going to set this up so it can help me as much as possible.
Of course.
The ending of this is I feel like I'm going to be in
the shit with quite a lot of people.
So I want to set myself up in a good way. You know how when you're walking to the movie theater, you got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're figuring out which one.
Most definitely. Yeah.
On the way there, it's pretty dark.
It is.
Okay, it's a bit dark, and they're showing off the movie posters.
Yeah.
It's a bit dim. Exactly, it's a bit dim. Yeah. That's what I said. Okay, so I'm looking down at my movie theater, and I'm walking, and then I go up to my girlfriend, and she's just like wearing black and white. All right, like pretty much what I got on now. She's wearing one of the OG Morokai.
Yeah,
and I walk up.
Oh no.
You have no idea where this is going. Trust me. So I go up and go to like grab her to like kind of take her into the movie with me. Mate, I'm not kidding. I walked up to an actual trash can.
Oh no.
She's like 2 meters to the left, and I look at, I'm like about to grab the trash can. I look up and I'm like, wait, what? And she's like, it's a bin. I'm like, I'm so sorry.
You fucking idiot.
And I wish this was one of the ones where it's like, oh, this will be kind of funny. No, like I literally went to grab the bin. Is there any part of that story where I can be redeemed? She was walking.
It's pretty hard. I mean, if you're looking down at your ticket, then I guess you're not looking up. Like, I could probably give you like some reasoning there.
Give you some,
but at the same time,
man, it was.
Oh, you're a bit cold, babe. Fuck. That just sets the movie up for disaster as well, I feel, because you're going into it and she's already disgruntled. Isn't it just like having a bit of a joke?
Oh, no, she was just laughing. Like, we're the same. Before that same day beforehand, I took her for a walk.
Yes.
So I took her for a walk before the movies.
Beautiful.
Mate, we're going on this trail. Snake.
Are you serious?
I hate snakes.
I was going to say, that would have fucked you off big time.
Oh, I pretty much shoved her to the side and just
You're
used
like,
her.
all for myself here.
Used her as a push-off point to sprint. And it was dead, but I had to throw about 10 sticks at it.
Yeah, shit.
To make sure, hey, it's a dead one. But, mate, so all in all, bad day for like.
That's a pretty interesting morning to say that. That's even before midday.
I know. I did a lot of hugs at the end of the day and like
Beautiful.
had a little nap with her at the end because I was like, you know what, you weren't the best. You weren't your best boyfriend self today. Usually you're pretty good. Today you're
almost coming under the radar. I might have to give myself 2 votes.
And then when we went to see Puss in Boots. I asked this once. I was joking around with her and I'm like, oh, imagine if we did stuff in the movies, blah, blah, blah. And it got me thinking, if you went to a movie theatre, I'd be pretty risky to do stuff in a movie theatre if there was a couple of people.
Yeah, most definitely.
Right?
Most definitely.
Because we went to see Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
If someone does something in a movie theatre and there's minors around, is that surely there's a crime for that.
I would feel like there is.
I think there would be too.
I would be shocked if there isn't.
Yeah, and I was thinking, I was like, oh, and also, I couldn't do anything if there was a child in my movie.
Yeah, no shit. That's just fucking weird.
I would literally need no one. There would have to be no one.
Yeah, correct.
Mate, Puss in Boots.
Yeah, all in all, did you and the missus watch all of them prior to?
No.
Going? So you just went into it blind?
Nah, nothing about Puss in Boots.
Actually excited you itself. Yeah, it was just what you've been told about this movie.
What got me excited was the fact that everyone's talking about it.
Yeah, correct.
And I was like, oh, okay. And we've got to get into Avatar too, by the way,
yeah,
because now it's in the top 10 movies of all time.
Really?
It's grown. You know how it had to reach that 2?
Yeah,
it's nearly there.
Holy shit.
I can't believe it. And do you know all the comments when I look at everyone's just saying it's so average.
Yeah.
It's so 5 out of 10. There is nothing exciting about it. But I looked at the movies when we were going down before I walked up to my bin. I was looking at the posters. There's nothing out.
Yeah,
there's literally nothing out.
It's pretty slow. I think we got Ant-Man and Wasp, maybe Creed 3, Mission Impossible, whatever one it is. There's a couple, but not until late this year.
Yeah, Marvel's been falling off a bit, so there's been nothing really good, and DC has nothing there.
They're gone. Agreed.
So I was more pumped up for Puss in Boots because I was like, all right, it's getting hyped up. It's one of those things, man. I think because it was so hyped up, I'd give it a solid 7.
Yeah, okay, right.
I'd give it a solid 7. I would say, look, it's good to go see, and there's a couple of moments that are really nice, really, I don't know, kind of bring you in a bit. And you're like, oh, this was really good. Whether exciting, a bit emotional, but definitely not. I wouldn't put it on a top 20 list.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah, shit.
It's good, but mate,
you didn't go you weren't left being like, oh my God, I want to tell everyone what I just saw in that sense.
Yeah, it wasn't like when I've seen How to Train a Dragon, Toy Story, any of the Toy Story. It's okay.
It exists.
Yeah, it exists. I reckon if I was a parent and I had to drag my kids to the movies just for, Father-Daughter Day or Dad and Son Day, I'd probably be there like, oh, sweet, this was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, okay.
But definitely not. I'm not going to recommend you, hey, go out of your way to see it.
Yes, right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Oh.
Well, yeah, speaking of Avatar 2, obviously when you just touched on that briefly, I did go and see it. Now, I didn't see it in IMAX, which it is recommended, and I didn't see it in 3D either. Because I feel like the whole 3D phase of movies is more or less like that's come and gone.
That has come and gone.
Well and truly. Even your 3D TVs with the 3D, that shit's done.
Yep.
And dusted. I would say visually the movie itself was stunning. It was beautiful to look at. There was seriously some scenes where I was like, this looks so lifelike. I'm actually so amazed by it. But the story just, I don't know. For some people, I get that they were really happy with it, but it just didn't really do all that much for me. I don't know as well if that's because I didn't overly think the first one was anything that special. At the time, I was again, visually stunning. 3D, it was awesome. It was the first 3D movie where everything was made for it. So I was like, this is really, really cool. But again, unfortunately, it just didn't wow me.
The one thing that wowed me was, have you ever seen the South Park parody episode Dance with Smurfs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
that was based off Avatar. So I enjoyed that. But the Avatar itself, nothing about it makes me go, Oh, mate.
And I know there's a few people out there that were like, oh, Lee, you just didn't like it because of the duration of the movie. You know, like, you don't really like anything that's like longer than an hour and a half for movies and all that, which I don't overly like long things because it's like, well, I've got to really be like entertained or like really into it to like last that long.
And awake, depending on the day. If I had a long day at work, I'm pretty sleepy.
I was seeing Lord of the Rings. They're long movies. Star Wars can be pretty long. Like, I've watched long movies, but it just didn't do all that much for me. The fact that the villain was the same one as the first as well, I was sort of like, I don't know. It's just the thing. And then even like how the movie ends, it's sort of like, fuck me. If you guys are going to use the same villain for 3 movies in a row, like, it's genuine Star Wars copy paste.
Yeah, that's like in WWE when they do the same rivalry over and over again. I'm like,
I was like, I want to see something new. Like, you're showing a new tribe. Surely, like, that tribe would have its own like villain or like, I don't know, like surely that tribe has something.
Yeah. And they've set up like, I think there's another 5 movies coming out for Avatar. Yeah. Which
is crazy. I did hear that James Cameron doesn't want to use Jake Sully as a voice, so like the lead character from the first movie, because he narrated the second movie, but he doesn't want to do that now. He wants it to be the son. Yeah, and all that, which I was like, oh, that could be kind of cool, like seeing things from like the son's perspective. But then I'm also like, fuck me, if they're actually going to like come across a fucking fire tribe, you may as well call it Avatar: The Last Fucking Airbender. Like, seriously.
I did see that there's an anime kind of spin-off of Power Rangers, so I'll show that up. Yeah, I'll show you that later, which looks cool.
That excites me.
Avatar: The Last Airbender, a proper movie for that. Oh, yeah, that excites me.
If they got the casting right, then it's happy to. And they actually stay true to the original. I feel like that's what a lot of movies and TV shows don't do. Even The Last of Us, which has just recently come out. I haven't watched it yet, unfortunately, because I don't have HBO Max or fucking Binge, whatever it is. But I've heard that like it's so close to that actual source material, hence why it's doing well. But then even people that haven't played The Last of Us, like, wow, this show's amazing.
Because the game was amazing. The game was a literal 10 out of 10. So if you copy the game, you know, you're going to win. You're going to go gangbusters. That's one of my favourite games of all time. They screwed up the second one. So I hated the second one.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Doesn't that suck when you're so attached to something and then the sequel just doesn't hit?
Doesn't match. Unlike God of War, which did.
Yeah, God of War did well. God of War did
I think it's
well.
hard though. Like when a game gets so hyped, so talked up about, it's got so much to live up to.
That is hard.
And it's almost like there's like like Spider-Man 2, for example, that's coming out this year. So many people love so it's like, if it's anything less than that, like you've already pissed off.
That's true.
So many people.
I'm looking forward to Logan. I don't think it's called Logan, but they got a Wolverine game coming out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think that should be amazing.
I'm interested in the Harry Potter game coming out.
Yes, well, I'm so glad you're touching on this. This game is causing so much controversy.
Isn't it stupid?
At the moment. It is, because people, so for those of you who don't know, haven't seen whatever, JKRowling is against transgender, like just all of that scene. Yep. All of anyone who's like identifies as that, more or less. So there's so many people out there on Twitter being like, I'm going to go to GameStop EB Games, I'm going to start a pet rally, like I'm going against the game, like you shouldn't be buying this game because all the money will be going to her, she's got the royalties and all that. But like every time Harry Potter gets streamed, I'm going to stream. Like she's sitting bank no matter, like you can't stop, the money's already been made.
You're not doing
people are buying the books multiple times a year forever and ever, and like Harry Potter's a forever growing thing.
Yeah.
Like you can't stop that.
J.K. Rowling could go up and eat a cow live in front of vegans. Do something horrible like that, and I wouldn't care. I'd still play a game. She would have to do something so ridiculous. Well, she could push someone off a building into water, not death, into water, and go to jail. The game looks good. It's got good graphics. I'm still going to play it.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, there's so many people out there, whether it's celebrities or social media influencers you might not agree with, but you can still appreciate like what sort of thing. It's the same like
J.K. Rowling isn't there creating the video game code. Like what exactly about?
That's why
she could do some heinous shit. I don't care. There's developers that have been working on this game for so long. She has nothing to do with it.
Exactly.
If I like a game, I'm going to play the video game.
It's the same as a class like what Kanye West with his shoes or his clothing or whatever, like the Yeezy stuff with Adidas. All right, you might not agree with what Kanye said, but you still might like his shoes or like his that's what I'm like.
Yeah,
I don't get it. Like you don't have to completely stop everything. So you're telling me as well, like all these Harry Potter people, people that are against JK are now burning the Harry Potter books, burning any Harry Potter merchandise. Like You know what I mean? Like, seriously.
What does that do?
It achieves nothing. I'm sorry. Like, it doesn't, to me, that doesn't, what point? Like, all right, you're making a point, but like, surely you could go about the point in a better way.
Yeah. You know, everyone's going to forget about it in a week, and you've just sold something. Well, you just burnt something that you could have sold.
Yeah, for like a good amount of exactly.
Yeah. I would, if I got really upset about something, I'm trying to think of anything I could get so upset about where these people are just going nuts and it becomes like on the news and they're just complaining, like burning merchandise, things like that. I would have to really look into it. Go, okay, if I'm so against, let's say I'm really upset with something JKRowling did. She flicked a baby in the eye. I don't know, and I'm just
trying to think off the top of your head.
I like babies, yeah. And if she did something so ridiculous that I'm like, I somehow feel so against you because I was a baby and I had eyes. I don't think me burning any of the merchandise, me going to EB Games and upsetting someone who works at EB Games does it. It's a drop in the pond. It's nothing. If I'm going to protest or if I'm going to make a stand, I'll be a lot more strategic.
Well, that's the same thing. There was like people that were anti-Apple, Microsoft. Like you could go up against people, but like they've already made their money. Yeah. Like you are seriously nothing to them.
Yeah, literally.
Like they're just like, all right, you don't like whatever. Like what do I care?
Yeah.
Who are you to me?
Yeah, you like sometimes if they're I think that maybe they're taking the easy way. Oh, look, you've burnt some of their merchandise. It's going to do nothing.
Well, it's the same though as like in America. It's really common. Say when LeBron James left Cleveland to join Miami Heat, people were burning like his Cleveland jersey, and then he came back to Cleveland. I was like, mate, a fucking NBA jersey here in Australia at least is like $100, anywhere from like really $100 to like 120, 130. So it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? I've got jerseys where players are left, and it's like, well, that sucks, but I'm not going to fucking go and burn it. Yeah. I fucking paid my hard-earned money for that. Are you kidding me?
Dude, we need to get someone on the show that's like this. We need to get... I remember one time when we made a video and we talked about H2H2. I mean, you aren't the biggest fans of H2H2.
Yeah, I just don't agree with him.
I don't like him, like some of the stuff he's done in the past. And I don't know, I just don't like the guy. Just doesn't matter. Yeah. Anyway, you put that in the title, right?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, we had a couple of them just...
It was good of me putting it in the title.
Yeah, you got a few views. I liked it. Maybe do it again.
Yeah, might have to.
But what I mean is, like, we had their fans come to our video, and the only way they would have seen it is they must type, like, H2H2, and then whatever's in the last hour or something.
Which is very precise, by the way.
Yeah.
On YouTube, you don't do that. Yeah. Like, you really, like, unless
you must be a massive fan. I'm like, who's talking shit?
Like it might be like if there's like maybe a PlayStation update, maybe the new update for Samsung's happening and you're not quite sure, even Apple, like you might go like this week to see what's got the most views in the week to be like, all right, well, this person's probably pretty trustworthy. But
the only time I set up a video set up in the last hour is if it's UFC because
you want to see.
I want to see straight away
the
results of what's happened.
That makes sense.
Yeah, we had a couple of them. One just went, she's just like, ha, 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 like woke males or something like that. I think she said, we're trying to be the Fresh and Fit podcast. And that podcast, you know that you see on TikTok, those guys that have like 6 women around them and the women might like talk some shit.
Oh, yeah.
And then they just educate them or they just go off about all these statistics. I'm like, how on earth are we anything like that?
At best, we've got one guest. And we only just started doing
that. We don't sit there and we're like, you're a woman, you suck. Like, so anyway, but it just showed the kind of fan base.
It does,
that he had, and I was like, so you've got, and I would hate to grow and have fans like that. Yeah. I'm not kidding. If someone did that, I'd be like, don't be a fan of us. Or
I'd much rather, seriously, if you are a fan of us and all that, by all means, like, support us. Like, that's awesome. But, like,
if anyone's ever talked shit, we don't
if people don't like us, and like that's cool. Yeah. We're not going to be everyone's cup of tea, and you got to expect that, man. I think,
but also don't waste your time.
Yeah,
man.
Well, it's just like, what does it achieve? At the end of the day, what does it achieve?
Go enjoy your hobby.
Yeah, do what you like to do. You don't need to go into battle for us.
Oh, bro. So this chick was going like nuts in the comments, like, haha, this is why you've only got fit. Like, really, just
By the way, we now have more than that. So you sucks to be you, babe.
50. So yeah.
You fucks, right?
Yeah, she was just going nuts, and I'm thinking, what's your life like? Because you know how we're talking about how they're burning books and they're trying to make, I guess, an impact. I was like, H3 is never going to see this. And if he does, I'm sure there's no way he's like, go get those small YouTubers.
Yeah, because like, if anything, he'd be like, thanks for all the views, mate.
Yeah,
you're a legend. You helped us.
Oh, mate, I was looking, I was like, what's going on in your life? Because she would go to the next video, bitch and moan,
This is funny because you've had a similar incident like this with an Australian YouTuber when you used to do a series on your own YouTube channel. Where people would be like, oh, hey, can you give us your opinions on blah, blah, blah. And because you, at the time, you did have a pretty large, I would say, subscriber base, like you actually had a pretty good platform where if you did speak about someone on this channel, yeah, the video might actually get passed around to them. A guy by the name of CHAMPCHONG.
Yeah, I remember
you were actually going against him, which he was a gamer YouTuber from Perth.
Yep.
And all that. And some of his stuff was okay. A lot of it was pretty average. But anyways, Luke more or less just said it how it is. Luke being the straight up person that he is was just like, this is how I say it. Very black and white and all that. Mate, the comments that he left on that video and then like the people that obviously liked him that maybe shared it because back then we were using Skype and a lot of the time if you uploaded a video you'd be like, hey, can you check out my video?
Yeah,
send a link
Twitter,
and all that.
things like that.
So I can just imagine like you were just getting so many comments about like, oh, this guy's a fucking loser. He's trying to be Max Mofo. He doesn't even make funny videos. Yeah. Then the CHAMPCHONG guy, he's like, blah, 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 you can think whatever you think, but you're nowhere near as big. And it's just like, oh, people that, like, I don't know why, but people that think that because they have however many followers and all that, their opinion or their whatever is so much better than someone below them.
Yeah,
I never understood that. Never understood that.
I'll always be okay. Like with that one, if CHAMPCHONG wants to bite back, by all means, I made a video about you, so bite back as much as you want. But it's the little minions that's under any YouTuber that starts talking shit just to talk shit. And it's like, what do you think that big YouTuber's thinking? Oh, yes. Yeah. Yes, look at my fan. Look at my fan. Look at my... Attack him. Because I don't want to say the rude shit you're saying, but I'm glad you're saying it. Yeah, because I get cancelled. I want you to attack. You're my little pit dog. And it's the same with... It could be any big YouTuber. So we'll just use the H3 for example. Man... When you have someone going off in the comments section, just whinging, bitching, complaining, dude, go find something to do. Go work on your hobby. That's a sad life you're living.
Actually, like when, in all seriousness, aside from maybe a couple of creators that like we've watched or whatever, just to build some connections with and all that, when was the last time you properly commented on a YouTube video? Like in all fucking seriousness.
I think one time. I saw someone do a Dragon Ball Z flip book.
Yep.
And it was just
insane.
Ridiculously insane. And I went, the amount of work that must have went into that, it would be days and days and days. And he's just made a YouTube video. And I don't even think it didn't even look like he didn't have much followers. So I commented just respecting the work. Might have been 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I mean, man. Like, no one, like, I can't even think the last time that I've actually left a comment. Maybe on like a Call of Duty video where I was
I don't leave a like.
Hey, I just want to give my this seems like a space where I can give my opinion, so I just want to throw it out there.
That's why.
Then I never come back to it. So when people reply to me being like, "You're a fucking idiot" or whatever, I'm like, bro, I'm not looking at who replies to this.
Man, that's it's a good point because when I will sometimes go through and the best way you can gauge your feedback on a video is obviously things like likes. But now I don't even do that because I go, okay, dude, I don't like things. Like, there's YouTubers I've followed for maybe 8 years, and I don't like them. I might put them in my watch later so I can watch them on repeat.
Yeah.
I really enjoy them. I will always, Mike Malak, I will always make sure I see every single one of his YouTube videos.
You're not leaving a like
but
on
I'm not leaving a like. I'm not doing all this stuff. You're
just watching him to watch him, like, sort of thing. Yeah.
So that's why, man, even on our gaming TikTok is like taking off. And I'm looking at, and because it's taking off, obviously there's heaps of comments. Some of the comments are just dumb. Like some of the comments I look, and one of them was, there's a massive, I think an entrance for Goldberg. And we're just talking about Goldberg, the WWE wrestler.
I saw some of these comments.
Hey, one guy's just like hard watch. I'm like, what do you mean? How is it a hard watch? In what way? And also, how are you leaving this type of comment? Have you got nothing else to do, bro?
It just doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I don't know. I would love. We're going to get to a point where we can invite guests on, and I want one of those. No,
it would be cool to see like their point of view and like try to grasp their understanding. I think that'd be cool to like hear the counter argument.
I can also see 5 minutes in us being really pissed off with them.
True.
Because there's no way our personality will connect with someone like that.
Yeah, no,
because that person also isn't someone that's going to sit back and go, oh, you know what? You're right. I shouldn't kind of write these toxic comments. Like I've got nothing else to do. You're right. I think I'm going to pick up painting.
But isn't it funny as well, though? Because like, even on Facebook, we've got a good mate of ours, and I don't know, he must have, I think it was to do with basketball, and it was saying about how like LeBron James is like a flop, or this is why he isn't the GOAT. And in his profile picture at the time, he was wearing a pink shirt, or a pink whatever, something like that. Because he had his profile set so you could only see his profile photo and nothing else if you didn't have him on Facebook, some guy was just like, you're right, you faggot, in the pink beanie and all that. And it's like, your argument isn't even about his comment. Like, you've just gone... There's so much of that on Facebook where people go like, oh, well, you look fat as... And it's just like, how? What made... Like, it's sad enough that you actually clicked on the person's name and profile, but then you also went to the effort to look at a photo so you could then... call them out on their appearance. It's just like, that is the lowest. Like, I'm sorry, but like, that is the lowest you can go to someone.
I would be, I would love to see TikTok's comment section. Watch them, imagine them drop to 0 if you legally had to have your profile picture as you. Like, you know, when you sign up for Uber, you have to have your picture. Yes. You can't, it literally has to be you. You go through checks. You have to go through checks, get your picture and your age.
Yeah.
Watch the YouTube, TikTok comments, all of them dwindle. Because no one's going to have the balls to do anything.
No way. No fucking way. No, you're so spot on, man.
Oh.
You're so spot on.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Morokai with Ties. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next one.
Boom.
Boom.